How's everybody in the world today? Are you there? Okay, let me get my chat window where it needs to be. Just getting set up here. Time to get set up. I sees me some NJ. NJ into his A. I see you. Okay. Probably deafening. Check one, mic check on one. Yeah, baby. Hey, Liz. It's the Tahoe Show. What's happening, Holly? How you doing, Hall? It's nice to see you. Thanks for becoming a wonderful new addition to our doings here. Hey, Mr. Sweet Tooth, co-collaborator Ryan, how you doing, brother? The dust is finally setting around here, Ryan. It took me like a week, man. You know, like to be able to make adjustments and everything else. I should be able to react faster than that. But there was a tremendous amount of juggling going on up here, you know. And fortunately, I've got all my gauges reset, man. We're gonna have a productive week this week. Please accept my apology. I know you don't need one. And I know you're not asking for one. I just want you to know you're appreciated, Ryan. Ryan is an incredible artist, and he's working with me. We're working together. Hey, okay, that's cool, Ryan. What are you working on before you get started? I'm just trying to get my levels right for the moment. There we go. Okay, so it's a fresh start of a fresh week. I've got some plans. Right now, for those of you friendly people who are here in the chat room, our Golden Hour friends and my music friends and my followers on the other site and everything else, right now, that just is the adjustment of mindset. That's been a big thing for the past 2 days, and I'm happy to say that all the incredible training I've had in that regard and the, well, I don't know, whatever it is in life has given me the ability to adjust my gauges pretty well is coming to usage for me right now. I do need to get my fingers warmed up here. It makes me happy that to see you in here, Liz. Gives me some confidence knowing I have a moderator in here, and also I might have another in a few seconds. We'll see. Oh, nope. Maybe next time. Go get him, NJ. Thank you so much for stopping in just to say hi. I appreciate you. Hope you had a wonderful birthday week. See you soon, okay? Maybe I'll see you at Golden Hour tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay. It's not like we have a lot to worry about here on an account that only has 50 followers. So, but we'll see what happens. You just never know. You never know what exciting thing might be around the next bend. You just never know. So I'm working on Tahoe today. Oh, I'm not busting your bubble. You just never know on this app. Sometimes they release the throttle and you could have 500 people in here. That's happened several times on Golden Hour. I like my caffeine too, Holly. Hollister. Can you hear the confidence building in this? Liz? That is the power of purpose. Jace, breathe. Yes, I do. That happens when my mind and my body and my spirit are not in the same place at the same time. Okay. That's coming along nicely. You know, that is coming along nicely. Very confident now in its purpose. There's not a whole lot of crazy guesswork going on. Not a whole lot of crazy experimentation happening with my fingers. I think, that's when the pilot comes on and says, hey, we've had a long trip here, but it's been a great flight, and we're about 45 minutes out. So arrival time will be such and such a time, and you get that sense of relief, then, okay, we're getting there. It's about where we are. So, except when the pilot says it usually sounds something like this. I gotta stick my finger in my mouth to do it right. 45 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna. This is in Dallas and also Tennessee. Thunderstorms and thank you for flying with us. There's always a at the end. Pilot voice. Okay, so now, what's next? Okay. I'm going to save this because maybe that solo piano version is something I need to put up and make available. It wasn't bad at all. I don't think so. What do you think, Les? Well, we're about to hear where it is right now. Let me see here. I would like to. It's the problem when I have all these different windows open on the screen. Sometimes I can't see certain things I'm looking for. There it is. Let's set the screens here. And let's go here. So my melon is on the screen. I wore my green JV shirt today. Part of the Lisa collection. She's so awesome. I love my painting, my ink drawings that you sent me, Liz. I've got another spot on my wall waiting for the next one. I'm just teasing you. No pressure. It's right over there. I'll have to take a picture of it and send you an email. Okay. Let's see here. Now the tricky thing here is I have to... So when I'm producing something like this in the studio, like I am right now, levels of volume are down. We have this thing called headroom, and that's very important. Headroom means the distance between where the volume is and what we call peak level, which is, way loud, right? Where the red lights come on. Your objective as a music producer is to have plenty of that at all times, the whole way through the practice. When a musician or a producer starts to lose control of headroom, they've lost control of the project, really. And then there's a certain set of things that have to be done to regain it, and it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get into that circumstances in the first place. So we try to avoid that, but it does happen to me from time to time, especially when I'm moving really fast. So I'm adding instrumentation, and I'm working at the speed that I can hear, as fast as I can hear it. That's how quickly I'm creating it, right? So when you're building a layer on top of each other like that, you're pushing volume up. Because you don't have time to turn around and pull other things back. So, it doesn't happen often, but it happens. I want to do what now is called a direct listening to the first part of this. Oops, not that. Okay. Okay, so I know some of you are listening through smartphones. That calling, yes, the yearning, that is the purpose of this. And the more I get into this, the more I realize there's something that happened to me on this trip where I have my own set of personal beliefs that I have, and I do believe in the state of higher consciousness, higher self. Some people refer to this as third eye. That's not really an exact duplicate of what a higher self is, but it's a principal part of many different meditative-based practices in the world where you can tune into something that's got the answers to you. And music, for me, is often a bridging device. So when I hear these things in my head, like this track, it's like when I'm out here in this place, you see that little, up here in this corner, this little vision of this window, that is something I put in there in this program. It's also something you use when you're film scoring, but You'll see Hanky in there and stuff. And these are the events that actually happened during that time. And I went live when I was up there and I said, I'm hearing something. So this idea of hearing music for me, and this is different for every type of music producer. Like when you say, I hear music in my head. For me, it's music, but it's also, I'm hearing certain energy. Sometimes that becomes sonic music, and sometimes it's an energy that's trying to become a music. So I hate to use the word turmoil. It's such a powerful word, but strain, I think tension is the best way to describe it. Tension was in me. Some unanswered questions and things when I was getting up there. And that is what this first part of this track is about. So I'm happy to say part one is just a couple little edits away from me being able to take everything that you see on this screen right now. You see all those little lines? These things over on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to light them up. Watch me when I move down through here. Every one of those things is a separate instrument, okay? Now some of those are blank, and that's because we are in a sketch. We're in a sketch mode at the time. Those are going to go, but when you see them lit up, and you see this red line moving across the screen, it's actually a thin white line, and I'll accent it so you can see it. When you see that moving across the screen, that's something called the playhead. That's what part of the song we're actually in. So when you see it moving over those colored, we're going to call those regions, those are instruments that are playing. These are virtual instruments, as I've mentioned to you before, just like my piano is a virtual instrument. So a big thing in a music production is when you can move from virtual to audio, okay? That, what you see there, is not an audio file. It's something called a MIDI file. And then one by one, oops, I hate it when that happens. One by one, I will begin the process of bouncing regions. And that's what's happening right now. I am bouncing that region. This is bouncing is a term we use when we talk about going from this digital wonderland to actual physical audio. And let me zoom that in. Hang on a second. That right there is now that same thing in audio world. See? So I can begin doing that on part one, and that's a celebration. But there's a couple of cool things I can point out to you. What is going on here? I need to get some reading glasses. I'm looking at that from about 30 inches away. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. There we go. Back to normal. Gotta be real careful messing around here. One thing that I added here was something that's kind of interesting happening in the violin section, and that is the addition of tremolo lines that cause a vibration to take place. It's a special thing a string instrument could do. It's when the string player bounces the bow and jiggles it. And I talked about doing this in the last session. Well, I started doing it. And I'm going to point out to you when it's happening because it's pretty cool. this guy coming up right here? That's where it's happening. Right here. Listen for it. Look at that. That's a shiver. Something powerful. Listen for it. Okay, now the mood shifts. I'm helping you get into this car with me right now. It's a little messy there. That's a mistake. Okay, so here, symbol, D drums and A. Okay, yeah, that's it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I know what to do. Heard it in my head as plain as day. Like boom, like a. I hate to say like a brick because I've actually been hit in the head with a brick before. It's not fun. Um, let's have a look here at our project manager. Let's check in with our chief producer. Hi, this is Chief Producer Jace's office. Hi, this is the composer Jace. Oh, I'm sorry, I was on the other line with the web developer Jace. Let's see. The Jace t-shirt around here wears a lot of different hats. Okay. Here we are. Tahoe. This can go. Actually, I think I'll keep them. I'll just check these off because these are done. These are all things that happen. I still need to do that drum fill pass, though. And I still need the gain stage. Okay, let's create a new checklist. So these checklists are not my authoritative Bible of what I'm going to do. It just gets me in a productive mindset. Okay, where's the... Why did it put it at the bottom? That's something new. Let's grab this gain stage and pull that up here because that's got to happen still. Haven't gotten it done yet because it's just not time yet. Okay, we need to do a drum fill pass. This is all about part 2, by the way. Well, actually, I do have a couple things left to do in part 1. Just a couple. Part 1. Continue tremolo addition. There's a couple of instruments that want to do that along with the others. That's going to take about 15 minutes. Okay? So what I do is I set times for these things and I use a timer. It helps keep me moving fast. I know it sounds crazy, right? You like music that gets finished, right? Well, this is how it happens. All right, now, while I'm thinking about it, ending of part 2. I'm creating a payoff. Add percussion, cymbal, actually suspended cymbal, and temporals, and use trems. That's that thing the violin does. So there's gonna be a lot of typos here, guys. By the way, I don't care. You like that one? What is that even trying to be? I know it's suspended. I know what it means. Okay, so use trems and experiment with adding, doubling brass to the string lines. So what happens is when you double these lines like this, hey, Michelle, how you doing? Susan Lavoie, nice to see you. Hi, Heather. Thanks for being here. When you double these lines like this in a project like this, it creates a very voluminous sound, very deep. Like looking out into the Grand Canyon. As you look out across the Grand Canyon, you see how deep it is. Like that. You know, it's not in your face. It's like floating in water, floating in space. That is the thing, you know, you've asked for love. Here it is. And this is a conversation that's happening inside of myself as I'm looking out at this miraculous scenery here in Tahoe and changing my mood. And this is such an important thing for me right now because it's this kind of connection to doing something like that that puts action into change. Change isn't something you talk about. Change is something you do, you know. So music gives me the ability to transform who I am and what I'm doing, right? Man, that's beautiful, Heather says. Sounded wonderful, Michelle. Thank you. Oh, thanks for the gifts, Michelle. That's very kind. Thank you for the gifts, Susan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, let's listen. Yeah, let's and I discovered a surprise for part 3, for an ending that is not going to take more than a couple hours to put together. So don't worry, it's not going to be long. As far as speed of movement is concerned on something like this, most of the bulk of the editing work, I'm not going to lie to you, on this has been done in the past 4 days. Okay, because I've turned a corner, I've blocked time, I'm in here, I'm working steadily, and I'm picking up and moving as fast as I can. So you'll see that these things don't take that long. What happens is sometimes we get impeded by inactivity due to a lot of confusion and stuff like that. That's kind of like was December for me, the whole month and the first few days, the start of January. Yeah, so let's talk about that for a second. So we have the first part. Okay, that's actually the second part. So the first part is the yearning. God, I love those tremolos. Yes, Connie. Yes. Very good. It's one continuous piece, but each part has a purpose, right? There's a transformation from part 1 to part 2 to part 3, and I want you to be able to experience that with me. Okay, now we have this part 2. It's not very loud right now. And then that builds to doing what I described of doubling to get us to a payoff in part 2. And then it comes out. This is the ending of part 2. Let's try that again. I do think I need to do a project reorganization. I do. I'm going to fit that in today, too. Long overdue. Sorry to do that to you. But there's some stuff coming up there that's not going to be the same because I'm going to go into the bridge material there. And it really brings this whole thing together. And plus, we're going to be stepping up in key. So whereas this starts out... Okay, then watch what happens. I'm going to lift you up with me. We're going to rise up. We're going to rise up. And our energy coming out of this is going to hit a high. You know? Who we are coming in and who we are coming out transforms. Transformation is a very big part of music for me. So I want to tell that story. And I really am grateful that this music is telling a story. I really am. I don't know how it happened, but here we are. Here we are. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look over here. Let's see what's happening in the old chat room ski. Okay. Oh, look at all those wonderful gifts. Yeah, so sweet of you all. Thank you so much. I know you appreciate me. You make no mistake in letting me know it too. Really warms my heart. Excites me. So, oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do before I sign off and get into this session work that I need to do today. Was it this one? Let me see. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I think it is. So let me listen to this for a second. Yeah. See, the solo piano version is its own experience. Maybe a solo piano version and a solo piano and cello version. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna move that here, and I'm gonna create a folder here, and we're gonna designate this. We're gonna designate this as a separate version of this, so that I can work on that as well. I think there should be. This is a track that accommodates this kind of principle, that music can speak to you in several different ways. And I think that's powerful stuff. And it lets me add even more experience for you to this collection that is going to be this EP. Isn't that cool? You know? And then I can describe each version, what it is, what it means. I mean, the overall overarching thing is the same thing as this experience at Tahoe. But it's amazing how music speaks through a different, adding one thing like a cello takes in a whole different direction. Maybe not for everybody, but for those who it speaks to, oh, absolutely. You know? Stunning. Oh, my. Thank you, Liz. Very cool. Thank you, Heather. Connie, thank you so much. Very nice. Holly, not bad. That was fantastic. Okay. All right, I'll take that. Michelle, I'd buy that. Well, what I'm going to do is make this whole collection available, Michelle, and I'm putting all this together right now, real fast. Not fast, but not fast for the sake of getting it done. Fast because fast is the best way I work. You know, it really is. Without slaving over hearing what it wants to be and taking that and making it happen. That thing and making it happen. So pretty, Michelle says. Babs Bunny says, fantastic. Thanks for stopping by, Babs. Thank you so much. Who's coming to Golden Hour today? Anybody? Is anybody coming to Golden Hour this evening? Who can make it? Show starts at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. Is anybody coming to Golden Hour? Me, I am. Me, I will. Gigi, hi there. Thanks for stopping in. Holly's coming. Okay, Susan Lavoy, thank you for the flowers. Well, I hope to see you there. Okay. Thanks for joining me on this new account. There'll be some things happening in a couple weeks that'll be a fun thing to try here on this new account. But for now, we're just focused on making music. Hey, Ryan. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you. So, Ryan, you see what's happening here. You don't have to respond because I know you're working and I hear you're listening. So, this is this whole concept of this thing. This is an EP release, and it's going to have these different versions of this track. And this is a, more of a sweeping, passionate experience kind of a track, whereas some of the other stuff that you and I are going to be doing is pretty wild. It's electronic stuff and everything. So anything you have, man, where we're talking about images of Tahoe and any deformed stuff that you have or whatever, we can, when you get to it, you don't have to, we'll work at your pace, because it helps me to release this with different artwork and things. I mean, a concept is a concept, but, if you have some different images or whatever else, we can show everybody. Why not, right? More is better. And we got 12,000 likes right now, Connie says. Well, that's because my followers are the best followers. 10 to 12 people in this chat room, sometimes 7 to 12, and you look at what you've done. It's amazing. And in that spirit, it's why I've got us a little, I've got a little plan. I'm going to try a little trickery here in a couple of weeks. It's going to be fun. You'll like it. We're going to have a great time together here with everything. This is the start to a great year of releasing and sharing. Constant, consistent releasing and sharing. So happy. Okay. I'm down for trickery. Well, yeah, it's a little bit of a thing here between the main account and this account. Some stuff that I'm gonna do that's gonna be kind of interesting. You'll see. I'll tell you about it here in a week or so. Right now, I just want to stay focused on inspiring you. Right? That's why I'm happy. I'm happiest when I am moving in that direction. I'm always up for shenanigans. What happens when shenanigans happens at a convent? Shenanigans. That's my Celebrity Jeopardy laugh. Remember Sean Connery? Trebek. I love Saturday Night Live. That's one of my favorite all-time skit from, I know, JACE with his dad jokes. Why does it have to be a dad joke? Why can't it just be a JACE joke? Your mother, Trebek. I would say some of the things he says, but then I'd get banned. I know. All right, I'm being wacky. I got to go. I've got a session to do. Wish me luck. If I get my butt moving, maybe I can show you the changes at Golden Hour. Hoo-hoo, okay? All right. This old man joke. You know what, Liz? Just for that, you're going to get Tahoe'd. I don't know how to respond to that. It is a funny skit. Love you. All right. Shenanigans crew. This is my secret shenanigans crew. That's what this is. Gotta go. See you tonight at Golden Hour, those of you who can make it, okay? Talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. I had a great time. Very productive. See you soon. Actually, I got to stay on for 2 more minutes. I've got to stay on for 2 more minutes so that I get a total of an hour. Would you like to hear some more JACE jokes? I've been on here for 58 minutes and 15 seconds. So I gotta for another 60 seconds. There we go. Now I can go. That's one.